Hi guys, welcome back to the characteristics of agape love. This is part 6, which is love does not act unbecomingly. Unbecomingly isn't a very common word that we use, but another word to describe it would be improper, rude, or impolite. Having God's love in our heart, it enables us to be very respectful towards others. I personally too have struggled with showing respect toward others. Let's say for an example, before I accepted Jesus, when I was in school and I was misbehaving, and a teacher corrected my actions or told me to stop doing this. Instantly, we always become so defensive. But really that just comes down to our pride and our ego, which we talk about in part 4 and part 5. Or another example, when you're at home and you're doing something and your parents correct your actions, or maybe use bad language and they correct you and tell you not to use it. We always become angry and, again, defensive instead of just accepting their correction and their help. We always push away their guidance and take offense to their correction, but God actually tells us the wise man always accepts correction and help. One thing that we will not do when we have God's love in our heart is fight back. So before, when I was in school and a teacher or really anyone told me what to do or tried to help and correct me, I always felt the need to fight back or to say something just to have the last word. Most of the time when we feel the need to fight back or we just need to make some sort of comment to that person, it's because we feel offended. And again, that only ties down to our pride and our ego. But when God's amazing love is in our heart, we will know to just humble ourselves before others. God actually does tell us in His word to respect our elders. So if our parents correct us, they're doing it out of their love for us. We should not feel the need to fight back or argue back, because that is being disrespectful. Now, this is the second part I want to talk to you about. Love does not act unbecomingly, and I can relate to this one so much. So for me, honesty is a huge part in my life. Up until a few months ago, I was brutally honest. I believed strongly that being blunt and too straightforward was a good thing. Anything that I thought, I would say it, and anything that I thought toward or about someone, I would still say it. I had no filter to my honesty. Whether it was a good thought or a bad thought, I would still say it. I had never really realized this, and it never fully clicked in until I had read this a few weeks ago, that sometimes too much honesty can be hurtful, and love does not always tell it as it is. This does not mean that it is okay to lie, because God strictly speaks against lying. It is just meaning that love will not put all of its thoughts into words, and it will certainly not express the thoughts that will not help to build someone up, but rather bring them down. Luke 6 verse 45 tells us that whatever we think and whatever we speak, it comes from and out of our heart. Before I accepted Jesus into my heart, the majority of my honesty came from my criticism towards others, but God's love enables us to see that we all have flaws. James 3 verse 8 tells us, "But no one can tame the tongue. It is a restless evil and full of deadly poison." It is absolutely wonderful to be honest, so great job to you if you already are, but keep in mind that sometimes too much honesty can be hurtful, especially if it is critical or will make someone feel as if they are being judged. Love is full of politeness and full of courtesy, and 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 11 is the perfect verse. It tells us, "Therefore encourage one another and build up one another, just as you also are doing." Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to send this video to someone who might be struggling with these things. I just wanted to tell you guys to keep up the great work. I love you, and so does God, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.